So I think we have everyone. We're good to go. We all good to go?
I think so.
Woo!
I don't think there's anything else I could do about my sound right now, so
I think you're
just
fine.
okay, good.
All right. So last time we got together, you guys were continuing the fight at the Wayside Inn that you had started with the air elementals outside, um, rummaging through the extraneous storm outside, being struck by lightning bolts, destroying a tree that Kiva had grown, and bursting Jin his way into the Wayside Inn, where you ended up felling, I believe, 9 cultists and backs, and Tegan, who you had not really met, and a large four-armed statue of Talos with lightning bolt swords. You were able to fell all of those things, found a bit of gold, quite a bit of gold, managed to save Martisha at the same time, and also learned about a apparent kidnapping of Tarbin Toll, the bard that had stayed there, and doing a very quick recap here, you managed to revivify one of the cultists and are
Yep.
currently about to interrogate said cultist, and that is where we are going to pick up. So it is about 7 p.m. The storm outside has dwindled. Those of you looking towards the window can see moonlight shining through at this point through the broken glass. It is
Yep.
all quiet on the northern front, as it were, as you guys kind of huddle around this cultist, and Jen walks up and places the amulet of the drunkard around the cultist. And Jen, what do you do?
First, Jen is just going to look at it for just a couple of long. Out of curiosity, do you know how they deal with people that do crimes in Luskin?
Uh, no.
Well, lucky you then. No, I really don't want to show you what I'm talking about. It's not very pleasant. That necklace there, fun fact about it can turn alcohol into healing potions. And we are in a bar. I assume you're smart enough to see where I'm going with this. Do you
Um,
want to just skip it and talk, or should we just go all the way?
uh, 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 uh.
And as Jin is saying this and he's stammering, Jin turns to Kiva. By the way, Kiva, you have that phone you used on me to make sure I wasn't lying a while back. You do that again?
Actually, can I at the moment? Hang on. I need to double check.
If all else we can bullshit it.
I typed this in the chat, but Elena's gonna lean over to someone and whisper, "What do they do to people who do crimes in Luskin?" Because he doesn't know.
Does anyone tell Lynn?
I think I still have one use of wild shape still left.
Alen, you feel a small tug on your vestments, and look down, and Squirt, with a hand up to her mouth, whispers, "I think they dunked them in alcohol."
That doesn't sound like a punishment to you people.
It doesn't sound like a punishment to me either.
Yeah. Kiva will go ahead and use her one more wild shape into a sprite.
Jin's gonna smile and look back. Another fun fact. You see what she just did there? She can tell if you're lying. So we're just going to ask one more time. Would you like to, Kiva, go ahead and put your hand on him just so we can be sure. Would you like to tell us the truth and stop bullshitting us?
he like puts his hand up, trying to pull away from Kiva, who's moving towards him at this point. No! Don't touch me! Don't touch me! Don't touch me! I'll
No,
tell you what you
touch
want.
him. Yeah, she's touching you as you tell us. I'm not going to have you.
He's literally moving away from Kiva unless someone else is stopping him from
Jin
moving.
would grab him by the shirt.
Make me a strength check.
Okay.
Yeah, he's doing whatever he can not to be touched by this sprite.
Is he scared of Farron?
Maybe.
15.
Okay, yeah, you manage to hold him in check, and as he's like pulling away from you, just like backing away on the floor, he feels this knee in the back of his back, and with his hands up, and Kiva, you're able to touch him, and as soon as you touch him, you get a strong sense that he's been holding something back from you guys.
Okay.
And Kiva, I need for you to make me an immediate wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Oh boy. Okay.
Now, would you like to talk? Jin says while pulling out their dagger.
Yeah. No. I'll tell you whatever you want. Whatever you want.
All right, tell us the truth, because I'm really tired of people trying to bullshit us.
Okay. So the only thing I know is that Bax got his information from someone called Farrelly. I don't know anything else than that. I swear.
Jin looks to Kiva.
He's telling the truth, Kiva.
Kiva will nod in response. All good so far.
And you know nothing else? Not where they may have, say, taken prisoners? Because apparently someone was missing.
Okay. They told us to grab Tarvin. They were gonna take him to some ship or something. I don't know. They said it was towards the coast.
Anything else? Oh, that could be useful while we're here?
I heard them mention something about a death ship or a dreadnought or something.
Oh gosh.
Can we all make history rolls? Or
Oh yeah, absolutely. You go ahead and everyone make me a history check. This sounds very familiar. I need to roll for Squirt. Actually, I need to get Squirt up here.
Would that be a disadvantage for me?
No, you were part of this campaign. This is part of the campaign that has happened. If you roll above, I'm gonna say if you roll above a 5, you're gonna remember this.
What do we remember?
You remember about the time when you were in when you had fought one of your first banshees, and you all had a vision of a sea battle. And in that sea battle, there were multiple ships, but one was a ship made almost entirely of skeletons, like bones and whatnot. I believe Jin, you remember something extra because of your vision at the Shrine of Savras, where you remember seeing a conversation between one called Farrelly and the ship itself of bones, a skull, part of the ship that the two of them were having a conversation.
Shit.
So
Jin
the
takes their necklace back and says, well, this is a development. We should probably hurry, because I believe when we saw those ships, it was heading towards Neverwinter.
He's still holding his hands up. That's all I know. Can
Should
I
we
go?
take him as just
Insurance?
yes?
No. Just let me go. Just let me go. They'll kill me if they see me.
Well, we're here now, so you should probably be more concerned about that.
But you already brought me back from death once.
Yes, for information.
I told you everything I know. He looks really confused why you're not letting him go.
I
How
did
on
give it a rest.
Jen looks towards the owner of the inn. They're the ones that wrecked your inn, so you decide on this one. Alright, I'm just going to go stand outside for a minute. I'll be back.
Are you
Jen is
okay?
just gonna go step outside and check on the people, like see if they're okay.
Okay.
While everyone else is deciding what to do.
Okay. As Jen, as you step away, you and everyone else, well, Jen, you wouldn't see it, but you'd hear Marticia as Jen says that and starts walking away. Marticia is kind of like rubbing her face, like looking at her establishment, just kind of muttering to herself, "Oh my God, this is gonna cost me so much gold to fix." You know what? You can just kill him for as far as I'm concerned. She looks just absolutely mortified at the sight of her establishment. If you decide you do not want to kill him, I would highly recommend taking him back to Leland and having him face internment there. Or maybe, perhaps better, Neverwinter. He can explain himself to the magistrate there.
Oh, I don't want to have to deal with him all the way there.
Just gag 'em, Jen says as they walk out.
We're not gonna kill him again, are we?
You see Scully
still
off
sitting
the
on his
back.
shoulder.
You see Scully in the background with the bow pulled back, like waiting, ready.
No, please don't kill me. I've seen the errors of my ways. I won't do this again. I swear.
Yeah, not gonna lie, dude. Joining in with a cult, not your best move.
Yeah, I see that now.
You're touching him. Was he lying about that?
No, he was not.
No, he's being honest right now.
It's up to y'all. I'm ready to loose this arrow.
Well-
yeah, what's to say that he wouldn't just run off and tell them all what happened, his other cultist friends.
As Jen is opening the door. Although it could be a way to get some good graces from Neverember. But y'all decide, and Jen's just gonna go see how everyone's playing.
Okay.
Slams the door closed.
Squirt small frame. I say we just kill him. Be done with it.
Wise words, little friend.
Thanks.
You know, it wasn't exactly that easy to bring him back.
You want a
Yeah.
baby?
But it's gonna be more work to keep him alive. Sorry, I'm trying to play Squirt, so I'm hoping I'm doing okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
Squirt's not that opinionated. I'm just gonna be honest.
All right, well that's fair. Well, she probably is, just not that vocal about it.
Right.
If you want to babysit him, Kiva, then by all means. If not, then I look over to Scully with my arms up, like my arm in that like ready to fire motion.
So as you're having this conversation, Jen, you do see that the Neverwinter guard that you managed to save, and the 5 other individuals out there have started walking towards the establishment together. They seem unharmed for the most part, other than the mortal wounds that they had suffered before you saved them. But they're all headed towards you, Jen. Everyone else in the bar, Marticia is just kind of, she's still looking over her establishment, she looks like she's already counting dollar signs, like how much is this going to cost to fix, because it's pretty much in shambles at this point.
Yep. There was a lot going on.
Yeah.
Even well before we even got there. So.
So, as you guys are talking, there's another small individual standing next to Squirt who kind of speaks up. Well, I might be able to do something about it. And it's her little half her size almost little gnome friend that she had found, Cray. And Cray kind of like gets up, looks a little full of herself, and I can keep him bound up, and I was headed south anyway. Maybe I can just take him to Leland on my way through.
I want an insight check.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, kind of what I was just thinking.
Go for it. Roll me an insight check. Kiva, if you fly over and touch her, you do not have to make a check.
I'm probably not doing that because
Guys, she's telling
I'm the
absolutely the
I'm
truth.
the only one on this guy at the moment. So.
Yeah. Okay, so Twitch. I'll roll for Squirt here. Squirt probably want to.
Kiva's attention is apparently squarely
my
on
God.
this guy at the moment.
Yeah, Kiva, your attention is split into more than one spot, for sure. All right.
I don't
so
know about y'all, but
insight.
she is telling 100% the absolute
All right.
God honest truth.
No. Hold on. So Dre's, you absolutely know for a fact that she is lying through her teeth.
I rolled a 0.
I know. Squirt, on the other hand,
Wrong.
Squirt is 100% sure that
Oh.
she is just totally telling the truth. She looks like she can handle herself. She could probably handle him too.
That's right.
And Squirt's gonna kind of like, okay, but that's all she's gonna say.
And what about me?
And Twitch, you think she's telling the truth too. Kiva, you're not sure. You're not sure if she's telling the truth or not. You kind of feel like if you touched her, you'd know, but you don't really want to not be touching this guy.
Right.
I had it backwards.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, okay. Well, I guess with that roll, Twitch would think that this is a great option.
I mean, if you guys want to trust me with him,
Well, just know you can kill him and no one will feel bad about it.
I might.
Kiva kind of glares at Squirt.
oh
Not
no,
at Squirt, at Twitch.
yeah,
There we go, Squitch already.
Squitch already. It has happened
Not
once
you
again.
too.
Not you
Dude,
two.
when you
It
have
too,
two
Kiva?
good characters,
Oh
two
man.
good characters and a completely neutral, mostly chaotic neutral party.
Yes. Yep. This is why it takes forever to decide anything to do. All right. So she speaks up once again. Well, if you trust me with him, I would ask for a couple pieces of gold though. Just for taking him down there and whatnot. Not a lot.
Sounds fair to
Just
me if
just a
you're-
couple.
If you're taking the time to bring him down there, yeah.
What are they gonna do in Leland?
She's gonna take him to Leland.
I know, and then what are they gonna do with him? They can't really
Trial.
handle much.
Yeah, they don't exactly have guards at the moment.
They have
Not
so
many, at least.
yeah.
They're not in
You're
jail or anything.
you wouldn't be sure how many guards, but you'd be certain they have at least 2 because you've seen Haas, who's the guard captain
Yeah, Haas
of.
doesn't count.
He wants faith in Mr. Haas.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they have no one, as far as we're concerned.
Yeah.
I definitely appreciate your offer to take him.
She just.
When's the last time you were in Leland?
I've never been.
Ah, okay, great.
I mean, I know where it's at. My master told me how to get there and how to make to Waterdeep, but yeah, I've never been there. But it sounded good. It sounded nice.
Master?
Yeah, my master. I'm an apprentice mage.
Nice.
Yeah, she's like hands on hips, beaming, smiling. She looks really proud of that.
Can you
Okay.
do anything?
Yeah, I can do lots of things.
What's
You
your
just
favorite
got like
spell?
precipitation.
Hang on one. Yeah, hold on one second. Yeah, it's she
Why
she
not, like,
out of game. She can't do a whole lot of stuff. So
No, not much.
give me 1 second. Um,
presentation.
yeah,
So how sure are those people that rolled in that 20 and 19 again that you
they're
picked?
they're pretty certain. Oh wow, actually, hold on, because I
So
think
maybe we can convince the Neverwinter Guard to go with her.
Yep. That's a good idea.
there it is.
Have a couple people. I mean, we have gold to spare.
Yeah, the gold isn't the issue. It's the what is Leland doing with this problem when they can't handle anything.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, do we want to take him to Neverwinter with us?
No.
Yeah, he's over there in agreement with Twitch, hands still up, just like.
I mean,
Yeah,
yes.
I kind of want to now.
Right. It's better than dumping him on a town that is essentially helpless. But
They got a battle beetle.
Leland doesn't.
No, that's Phandalin.
Oh, I'm thinking Phandalin. Yeah.
Although we definitely need to get one for Leland. Just adding that to our list of things to achieve.
So since you asked her what she could do, she picks up her breeches a little bit and straightens her jacket and walks over to one of the broken chairs and just touches a hand on it, and the chair brings itself back together, mending all of the pieces back to a congealed state. And you hear Marticia, wait, you can do that? Hey, can you fix the rest of this stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, I can help with that too.
That is awesome. Yeah,
Okay,
please,
let's
please.
double check and make sure. Yeah, I can help with that too.
Okay. Yeah, she's like, the apprentice is like, oh, sure, no problem. I can cast this all the time. And she's like touching all of the broken stuff now, just like one after another, just like fixing. Marticia.
Well, no, Kiva's not doing anything at the moment.
Yeah,
She's
not
still
not
there with the
currently.
guy.
Marticia kind of like looks at
It
the.
looks like she's gonna fly away and do something, but then she's like, I'll wait.
Yeah, Marticia actually looks at the little one and she goes, well, I know it's not much, but you just saved me a lot of gold, so here's 10 gold for fixing all of my stuff. Thank you very much. And she hands the Cray 10 gold, who just like once again
Aw.
just beams.
So sweet. Warms your heart.
Am I heading back in with the people now?
We'll get there in a second.
Okay.
You still, Jen, since you said you were walking and they were kind of walking to you, they're not like running. There's still like almost 200 feet of distance between the two of you, so
Okay.
it'll take you a minute
Well,
to get
Jin
there.
would, instead of walking the whole way, if they're already starting towards them, would scream, "Everything's safe now!" And then would, like, go, "Well, there's no reason to wait. There's nothing out here."
Well, there's still Kelton and Scully is out there.
No, Scully got resummoned inside.
Oh, okay, cool. All right,
So
I
it's
forgot
just
about
Kelton,
that.
which I would mentally recall.
Gotcha. Okay, that works. Okay, yeah, so there's nothing out there. So you'd have turned around pretty quick. However,
Yeah,
you were still not back
after
yet.
Now it's safe.
So as you were coming back in, Jin, everyone else, this stuff has kind of been fixed, and everyone's kind of looking now at Kiva, who is still holding this guy's hand for what you all are going to do.
And the answer is
Why are you all looking at me?
Just shouts out an answer. Like, buy shields.
I mean, I think the best course of action would be to take him to Neverwinter with us.
You know what? Yes, let's bring him to Neverwinter. If nothing else, he's proof of all the trouble the Talos have been bringing to this region, and maybe
Exactly.
Neverwinter will do something about this.
Fine.
I don't like it, but it makes sense.
Kiva, I need for you to make me one more wisdom saving throw with advantage as you feel encroaching on your mind.
Okay. I was trying to do that with advantage. It just did the roll instead.
That's
Okay.
fine. That's still high enough. Okay. All right. Yep. You're able to continue being you, doing you.
Okay. Cool.
Every single time that comes up, I'm just like, oh god, this is gonna be the time. Closing that one.
Yeah.
It's overdue.
Yeah.
It's
So
It's just a matter of time.
yeah, Jen, as you step back inside, you hear Kiva looking. You see Kiva looking over the rest of the party, and hear Kiva kind of like look out. What are you all looking at me for?
Are we deciding to keep him?
I mean, that's my suggestion, yeah.
Good idea. On our way, if something happens, if all else fails, we can use him as a shield. By the way, everyone's coming back in. Great job on cleaning up in such a short time.
Shield.
Kiva scowls at Jen as well now.
At this point, Squirt kind of speaks up one more time, probably for the last time here for a bit. A, that sounds like a good idea for a shield, but B, weren't we going somewhere else before Neverwinter?
Were we?
I think we were going to look for the person, but I thought that might be slightly on the way, because didn't they say it was towards the coast, and there was a ship
Well,
that would be heading that direction?
And we also have that dragon thing to go investigate.
and she looks back up at you, Twitch. And what about the Dragon Burrow?
Yeah, so we have 2 dragon things. That's right.
Oh my gosh.
Two dragons?
Got so many things.
Wait, there was a what? Dragon Burrow? Missed.
Oh, that's
No, the
that's
Dragon
further.
Barrow.
The Dragon Burrow.
Where Einar died.
Yeah,
What?
where Einar died.
We
Einar
did
died.
that on the way back.
Right. I thought you said burrow, and I'm like, is this a different thing?
No, not Burough.
Which one of the dragons that dig burrows?
I don't know. Off the top of my head.
Off topic.
Sorry.
All right.
Jen comes in and sits down on a newly minted chair and just instantly puts their feet up.
Shackles? Who's got shackles?
I
don't have
lots
shackles.
of rope. Let me look at my inventory.
I'll look at
Actually, now that I think about it, I might have shackles. Let me double check on that.
does the town have a supply of shackles?
Yeah, I got rope.
Gabe?
Does the town have? Say that again.
A supply of shackles?
I mean, you haven't asked, but there's guards, so there's probably prisoners, and there's probably manacles.
So I haven't asked a guard, but the person's still standing there, right? The owner?
Yeah. Oh, you're.
Part of the conversation?
Oh, okay. You're asking her.
Yeah.
No, that's not really the kind of establishment that I run. I don't really have manacles, shackles. I have rope.
That kind of
Yeah,
bar.
I got some of that.
Okay.
But-
that can work if you have like a lock as well.
I mean,
I have a
Make-
lock.
I think the real question is, who's going to help me clean up all of these bodies?
Looks at Dre's.
I was thinking about it, if I could dismiss them with any issue. How many are there?
There's 9 plus Bax and Tegan, so 11.
How easy is it to bury a mass load of bodies with Move Earth?
With Move Earth? That wouldn't be that difficult at all.
Yeah.
So just do kind of a mass grave situation.
Yikes.
They don't really deserve much better. They were assholes.
Well, that's for darn sure.
Ooh, I know what we can do. No, wait, no, it's been well over a minute. Never
Yes, it has. Well over a minute, Trace.
Damn it.
He's so looking forward to it.
You'll eventually see.
Well,
Okay.
at this point, Squirt just puts her feet up, like sits on the chair and puts her feet up on the table, with her sword kind of like clinking on the ground. Well, I think we should just kill him and move on. And that's the last thing she's gonna say.
Okay, we've already decided what we're doing, but thank you.
Jen, by the way, is while they're sitting, and I'm kind of imagining Squirt and Jen sitting with their feet up, like, right next to each other.
Okay.
After you said that. It's just digging through their purse, and it's going to say, well, I am not great at heavy lifting, but this place still is kind of trash. And Jen's just gonna hand her 2 platinum and a couple of gold.
Morticia?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean,
Probably like 5 gold.
okay. Yeah, you get up off your chair and put your feet back on the floor and walk over to Morticia and say that and hand her the gold, and she looks really confused until she sees what she's holding in her hand, and she looks at her hand and back up. Why? Okay. And she pockets it
Because
immediately.
I'm nice, and maybe you'll keep the good rooms for us if we come by later. 'Cause-
Oh, you all will definitely be getting special treatment.
Cool.
Don't worry.
Awesome. Also, can I just get a few bottles of alcohol over here at the one-stop smash?
You can have
Well,
one.
That's actually a good question. It's starting to get dark outside. Are we gonna stay the night here? Speaks up the little sprite, still next to the guy.
So what time is it outside?
7 p.m. So it's a little after that now. Well, you are all more than welcome to stay the night on the house, of course. There's no reason I would make you pay, especially not after what you've done. So you're more than welcome to stay, including you. What was it, Cray? Your room will also be comped for the night if you choose to stay.
We should probably start tying this guy up. And Jen starts getting out of the rope.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
We could use the rope that she provided, so we're not using your inventory.
Oh yeah. Sure.
But if you have a lock,
I do.
you can use your lock. I'm guessing they don't have any food at this inn.
Oh, we have plenty of food. We have a whole kitchen in the back.
Oh, great, that wasn't destroyed. Awesome.
Probably worth checking and making sure.
Jen is gonna get the lockout, set it down, and for whoever's gonna be tying them up, and then is going to go ahead and get a head start on helping in the kitchen and grabbing a bottle of alcohol for their inventory.
So who's tying him up?
Which will, if no one else wants
He's
to.
still there.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll a sleight of hand?
No, we'll just he's gonna be pretty compliant here. As Twitch comes over, Kiva, you feel a wince of pain coming from not pain, like fear coming from that guy.
Okay. All right.
Good.
And once again, you hear that voice saying the same thing.
Nice.
This is going to be a very... Guys, do y'all want me to animate them? Because I can. I can get every one of them and leave them outside the house for right this moment.
I mean, I'm sure they won't complain considering we just got rid of them. I mean, they can try, but that won't be smart.
But we'll have to deal with them later.
You're talking about animating all of the bodies?
Yeah.
To get them out of the inn.
Yeah.
Just have somebody
Yeah.
move earth to make a mass grave and have them walk into the grave. Problem
That
solved.
sounds brilliant.
Who-
Let's do that.
Who
Okay.
has Move Earth? Why? Do we have Move Earth?
Isn't that what you used for protecting the, what's it called, the school?
No, that is Wall of Stone, and I can definitely not do that right now.
I just imagine like Twitch and
Well, we have
Kiva.
24 hours.
Twitch and Kiva having this. Like, can't you just do that again? Didn't you just?
The earth is moving when you build that stone thing, so it's moving earth.
Kiva's like, this is a completely different spell than the
That
spell
is
you were
not
speaking
how that
of.
spell works.
Which is not concerned. It's like, okay, well, if you say it's not how it works, I guess it's not how it works.
Wait, what about just building a wall of stone and having it collapse on the bodies?
I mean, that's
Now that you have
doable.
strength.
Again, I can't do it. I can't do it right now.
Yeah, but we
You'll
have
have to wait
24 hours.
You'll have to wait till morning.
Why don't you just
If we're-
have
if we're-
why don't you
If we're
just
waiting that
animate
long, I
them?
could just do the move Earth.
Guys, why don't we just animate the skeletons, then have them dig a grave for themselves?
That's true.
I mean, give me an hour to rest. I can dig a grave. Oh, I can do a giant badger and dig a grave real quick. I just need
Okay,
time.
I start with my 5th level spell and my 4th level spell, and just for the hell of it, one of my 3rd level spells, I animate all the dead and bring them up.
Okay,
Since we're about to rest.
that's fair.
Just imagining people about to walk in and then all the
Oh
dead-
Yep.
gosh, yeah.
And,
Yep, he does that right as everyone's walking in.
We'll,
Oh
we'll,
my gosh.
we'll save a little face and say you're able to do that before they all walk in. No, I can't even do that because by this time they're basically in.
Yep.
Yeah, Dre's basically as you start
I'll
raising
look
people.
at him.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I look at him. It's like, guys, this is kind of what I do. Like, this isn't as bad as you think it is. Like, I understand it's scary, and then all the bodies start rising up.
Yep. As soon as you do that, you hear a voice from the window and the sound of a longsword unsheathing. You hear, "Everyone get back!" And you see the guard pulling out her sword.
Oh, stop! Just calm down. Like, I tell them all to like lay down on the ground.
Okay.
So
They,
all my animated dead, other than Kelton, lay down on the ground.
oh, okay. I'm assuming.
Yeah, he does that kind of thing.
I'm assuming that's magic. It's safe, right?
For at least the next 24 hours, but we will take care of them before that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, everyone inside. And she like waves everyone inside, and one by one the 5 walk in. And as they come inside, most of them have been patrons, but you do see the half-orc Korga, and as he walks in, you just hear like this, "Oh my God, what happened here?" And Martisha, "Oh, Korga, I'm glad to see you survived. I was so very worried about you." Yes, yeah. Well, thanks to these people here. By the way, food's on the house. And he kind of like looks at the lot of you, like gives a big wink, and Martisha just frowns. Fine. They did save this establishment twice.
And when he comes back, Jin's already in the kitchen looking at what's there.
Oh, you're already in the kitchen.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. I
Oh.
was gonna grab one and was just looking at things.
Oh, I missed that. Okay. As as that's a big
Jen
one.
isn't making anything yet. They're just gonna
No, no, it's more of I'm gonna just make Korga as Korga walks back because he's only concerned about the kitchen. As he walks back to the kitchen and sees you, Jen, as you're looking around, you hear this deep orc voice coming from behind you. In fact, you probably don't even understand the language at first. It's cursing in Orcish. And unless you speak Orcish, you do not understand him yelling curses at you. And then you hear, "What are you doing in my kitchen?"
Jen turns around, raises the eyebrow. You're welcome. I was making sure everything was okay after they ransacked the whole building.
Well, it doesn't look like they ransacked the kitchen. Now, out of my kitchen. And he's like
All right.
kicking you out of the kitchen. If you want food, I will make you food.
Jen walks out.
Mhm.
holding-
Okay.
Very,
holding the
very
bottle of
touchy chef.
alcohol.
Yeah, very touchy chef. So you guys finish tying up the prisoner. The blink dog. How long did they last? An hour?
An hour. Yep.
Okay. I would say probably by the time you guys finish this conversation and get everything in order, the blink dog just kind of like nods at you, knowing it's coming, and just disappears.
Yep. Thanks,
Scully
thanks him and
dissipates.
Sylvan before he
Okay.
goes.
All right. Scully as well just like nods at you, Draze, and like salutes you, and just slowly sinks back down into a black portal that opens up underneath him.
Right. I pop back and sleep back.
There you go. So by this time he's bound. Cray has helped manage to fix basically everything in the common room, so it doesn't look quite as much of a shamble. There's still debris and broken dishes and silverware and stuff that are warped and bent. And Marticia is starting to kind of clean up a bit. And the other five have kind of starting to help a little bit because they're hungry as well. Have you all decided what you're doing with the prisoner?
Well, once the prisoner's tied up, Kiva's gonna go ahead and drop the sprite form and actually start helping with the cleanup process, and
Okay.
she'll use mending for stuff that's still there and all like that. So,
Okay.
yeah, actually, owlbear would be nice.
I would say that Kiva, you would probably end up at the kitchen at some point because you would be hearing more cursing coming from the back as he discovers that a lot of the pots and pans have been dented, dinged, or broken in general. And every time he finds one, there's another curse in Orcish coming from the back. It's like, oh, my favorite pan!
Wait, can Cray help with that?
Cray can also help with that. So I kind of picture like the two of you working in tandem, kind of fixing everything.
Just based on the way you described it, I'm a little bit amused because she's an apprentice and she's like going up and just touching everything, whereas Kiva actually like has to spend a minute with each thing.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. She believe it or not, they have it listed as a cantrip, like out of game listed as a cantrip. I believe it's an instant touch. I'll have to double check.
Mending is normally a minute to cast. It is a cantrip, yes, but it is normally a minute to cast.
Oh yeah, it is. Well, either way, she's not spending a minute. She's just casting it.
Her flavor is
Yeah.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
Yep.
She is a mending
She's just
master.
really good at mending.
She's really good at mending. It's what got her into magic school. So he's tied up. You guys have kind of figured out what you're doing. You're going to stay for the evening, from what I understand. Draze, you're able to get all the bodies up off the ground and take them all outside. And just for brevity's sake, Kiva has a moment where she takes a short rest and then transforms back into a giant badger, digging a hole where the bodies will lay. Marticia tells you to take it well away from her establishment so there is no smell.
Okay.
And so we'll say by the time you guys finish everything, those of you who have not said that they're doing anything, so like Squirt and Alin, and even Twitch during an hour and a half-ish, you will have a chance to do something during that hour and a half-ish.
Oh, you know what Twitch is doing.
Yeah, working on that disguise. And so you guys will all end up meeting back up in the common room at, we'll say, 8:30 at night. And
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
the one thing I will have to say is that as we get the grave set up, and I tell them all to lay down, and as they lay down, for each one of them, I sit there and I guess for brevity's sake, instead of me rolling damage every time, I go to like kill each one of them, and as I say it, for the traveler, for the traveler, for the traveler.
Okay, Kiva
Okay.
walks away at that point.
Oh,
Kiva
I love
is not
that.
sticking around for that part.
I love that. That is beautiful, Drace. Yep.
I better have gained some. Like that's up to you, but like I better have gained some goodwill for that.
I mean, you'd already gained a little goodwill doing your own thing for that, so we'll see how that plays out.
Exactly.
All right, so I'm gonna take these guys off the board. So all of that happens. You guys are able
Wait,
to.
off the board. Do we have an owlbear? Because we didn't get that link.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah,
You never
you
got a link.
definitely have an owlbear. This is what happens when I
just figured
start
we
late,
didn't have
guys.
one.
Yeah, this is what happens when I start late, guys. Sorry. Oops. Oh, that's embarrassing.
Whatever. I guess there is a board. So we still have some of this to explore too.
Yep.
Okay, so between working on that identity thing, I guess Twitch would need to explore first to know where she's hanging out to do that.
Jen would probably tag along since he got kicked out of the kitchen.
All right. So, sorry, I missed that. Say that again.
If you're talking about me, I was thinking Jen would probably go along after getting kicked out of the kitchen.
Okay.
Just snoop around.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Alin would actually like to go talk to the cultist.
Okay. So Jen, yeah, I'm gonna say
Do you know his name?
you do not.
No one has asked.
Nope.
He doesn't deserve to be asked.
Shush.
Kiva's just been busy.
Yep. Jen, we'll say you kind of walk around and explore everything else while they're doing that. So I'll go ahead and remove all of the black areas
so that was with Twitch.
with Twitch. Okay, so the two of you. Okay. Thank you. I thought I'd missed something.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll do Alin, and then we'll come back to what you guys find. The two of you both roll me investigation checks. And Alin, what do you say to him?
So no, what's your name?
My name is Corbal.
So what made you think it was a good idea to join a cult?
They said it would fell our enemies. I was very angry.
Angry with who?
All of my enemies.
Who are your enemies?
Well, there was Fred, and when I was a kid, he used to pick on me, and he starts listing like enemies from all the way back in his childhood. He just starts listing people he has as enemies.
Okay.
He has a lot of enemies. He lists at least 10 people that he considers like direct enemies.
And it's all like very petty things.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, some of it might be legitimate, like people picking on him when he was younger, but some of it, like he slighted me at a game of cards, or it was he looked at me the way I didn't want to be looked at the time. You know, it's very pedantic things.
This guy needs help.
He does. He
Really
does.
just need a therapist, not a cult.
I'm gonna
All the
say
same
that.
brain, right?
say I can kind of relate to being angry at people, but I think you need to calm down. I wasn't there during the fight. Did has this specific person done anything super evil?
No, he just fought you guys. As far as you're
Okay.
aware, he has not done anything super evil.
What are the exact rules for my soul coin thing again?
Oh.
You have to convince someone to take the coin. Shoot, let me see the notes on this thing. 1 second. Because that is a very good question, and I forgot that you had that. Shoot poops.
So did I.
Let's see here.
I won't be upset if you change my alignment or... Because now I'm doing something kind of evil.
Okay, so from what you were told, it just has to be someone willing to take the coin from you, whether or not you tell them what it is. And out of game, that does make a difference.
Well, now I'm frightened.
Infernal iron. Wow.
Yeah, I don't think this is exactly what he was referring to, because that's a thing from
Yeah,
Baldur's Gate.
yeah, it's
Descended to a-
not necessarily the same thing, but it's very similar.
Similar concept, not necessarily the same thing.
Yeah,
What are you talking
Okay.
about?
the soul coin that's up in the chat right now. Not the same thing. Elen, you hold out the coin to him?
No. No, not right now.
Okay. So basically, to answer your question,
Elen
basically
is
you just
thinking
have...
about it.
Yeah, basically,
Yeah.
Elen, from what you've been told, whether or not you tell the person what it does, all you have to do is get them to willingly accept the coin from you.
But now I'm thinking, is this is this, what's it called, Devil Went Down to Georgia situation, where it's like, because you sent someone to hell for no reason, you're evil enough for me to get your soul anyway.
So the part of the deal was that Asmodeus would release your soul that he already owns in order for a different soul.
Oh.
Yeah, so did you hear what I just said?
Uh-huh. Oh, I've very much heard it, but I'm not saying anything as a DM.
I feel like it's not unreasonable for my character to wonder, wait a minute, this is a devil. Mostly because he's, already established as paranoid.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to give somebody that keeps that kind of tally of enemies access to Asmodeus.
Are you guys having this conversation out loud?
No.
No, we're not.
Okay.
That was
Okay.
our character.
We're gonna let
He
that.
was still outside.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Hey, he was not here.
Okay, then we're gonna say that conversation isn't happening, and Alen, you are having an internal moral struggle right now, whether or not you want to pull this coin out and give it to him.
I'm
And
gonna say, I think you need a therapist and not a cult.
well, I mean, a cult's all I had at the time. Are you okay? You look like you're thinking of something. He's giving you like a weird look.
He's gonna get up and leave.
Oh, okay. Bye, I guess. Can I put my hands down now?
I think they're tied.
Oh, thank you. Oh, they're tied. That's right. That's right. I'm sorry. He's got them tied behind his back. I apologize. Forgot about that. Yeah. Okay. So you turn around and leave, and Jen and Twitch, as the two of you are investigating the happenstance of the house. Jen, you don't find a whole lot of anything, and Twitch, ironically, neither do you. Even with that high roll, there's not a whole lot here that the cultists hadn't already stashed away in the chest that you guys found. However, as you go into this last room where I have put you, the smith room, you would in fact find a molding set for the bracers that were made of cast I believe it's copper, not bronze. And there's a casting of that, like a molding of that, along with all sorts of smithing tools. The forge is actually still very warm. It's not raging hot as if it's being used, but it definitely was used recently. And you can see there are several well-made full suits of armor that are all have 3 lightning bolt symbols emblazoned on them, along with a couple great swords and a few long swords as well, that all have the Mark of Talos on them. Every single piece of equipment has a Mark of Talos on it in here.
Cool. Jen wants to get out their dagger and see if they can just mar the lightning bolt symbol.
Okay, so Twitch, as you're looking around there, you do find the piece of equipment that Tegan apparently was using to emblazon all of this stuff with the lightning bolts. You do find that. I forget the name that it's actually called, the casting thing that when it's hot they just hammer it in. But you do find that. So Jin, if Twitch brings that up, you can try to use that.
Alright, and Jin isn't doing it on all of them. Jin is just testing to see if he can make a mark.
Okay. Twitch, do you bring that up at all, that you found that?
I don't think I would.
Okay.
Unless it's something that I could take and use as proof that these jerks were around and are causing problems.
I mean, absolutely, yeah. This shows that someone was making stuff with the Mark of Talos on it.
Okay. Then I would show it as part of the whole set and say, ask Jen's opinion on, do you think we should take this with us to prove what trouble the Talos have been?
I think that would be good. I also think it might be a good idea if we take a few of these ourselves, in case we need a disguise.
Yeah, what kind of armor?
It's full plate armor.
Any we're not using. Maybe we could scratch out the mark and send it back to Leland.
Just for reference, the suits of armor in here match almost identically the 3 pairs of armor that you guys fought that were full of air elementals.
Oh. Okay.
They are not, so to be clear, they're not the same suits of armor, but they match identically. They are made this exact same.
But we don't see air elementals now.
Correct.
June is still bringing that up as options to do with. And if nothing else, full plate armor is expensive, and we could sell it, or have somebody sell it.
It's also very heavy.
Horrible to just let it go to waste.
Well, I don't think we're going to be sitting here and carrying it with us as we continue to travel around. So let's divide it up to things that we're going to continue to store here until we pass back through, things that we're taking with us to try and rouse some support to deal with this issue, and things we want to keep from personal use.
You know, we could also get a wagon. It might be easier for hauling that dead weight too. Just have them tied up back there, holding our shit.
Yeah, I guess we could do a wagon, or we could just not hoard so much.
That's very ironic, all things considered. I just want you to know that. But yeah, we could keep it here. I'm just tossing ideas.
All right. as
I guess
go ahead.
Take a sword.
You'll take a sword?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to take a longsword off the wall. All right. So as the two of you are looking around and doing that, everyone else in the room, what are you all doing? Squirt's still just like chilling in the chair, like pulling out like what looks like maybe popcorn. You're not entirely sure, just like popping it in her mouth.
What's popcorn?
Mushroom popcorn.
Mushroom popcorn for sure.
It's totally like air dried mushroom.
Yeah.
Dear God.
And as you guys are kind of like getting your thing set, a very pleasant smell begins wafting from the kitchen, and you hear a bell ding, and Corgo walks out with a massive mound of food on a large platter. It's kind of all mingled together. It doesn't really look great, but it smells amazing. Well, the food's ready if anyone's hungry. And Cray just like runs over. Oh my god, I'm starving. It smells so good. And she goes over and she gets a plate from Korga, and she takes helpings off the big plate and starts eating.
Okay, well, the party will see Twitch walk out with the sword with the mark of Talos in her hand as she follows her nose to food.
Jen would be following behind.
All right. And you guys are all...
It would probably be shortly after that before Kiva comes in. Probably a bit muddy from all the digging and everything.
Yeah, shortly after. And Kiva, as you walk in, the scent of fresh pineapple and woodland berries and boar meat kind of fills your nose. It smells amazing.
Oh yeah, that sounds amazing.
And you see a mound of food over there. Alen, do you grab any food?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I remember how good this place tastes.
Okay, yeah, you remember how it tastes. So everyone's able to grab some food, and you all are able to eat. He's left tied up. You all paying attention to him, tied to another chair, just so he can't move away.
Eva would bring a plate over to him and ask, "If we untie your hands so you can eat, are you going to try and run away?"
You can't untie his hands unless you cut it, because I cast Arcane Lock on the lock that we put on.
No.
Do you say that to Kiva?
Draze is outside, so no, he has not said that yet.
Oh, okay.
Kiva, he's gonna look at you and say, I promise I won't run away. That smells really good.
Okay. Insight check.
Okay. Roll me an insight check, and Kiva, as you're like...
Do I have advantage from having been in
Yeah.
contact with him earlier and
absolutely.
knowing how
Yeah,
honest he was
absolutely.
being earlier?
I'll give that to
Okay.
you. I think that's fair.
All right.
Draze, you have a point of inspiration as you come back and you see Kiva looking down at this cultist sitting in the chair with his hands bound. Are they behind his back or in front of his back?
It sounded like everybody was describing behind his back.
Okay, so you see him like with his arms behind the chair back, bound, and Kiva's kind of like looking at him, and then looking at the food and looking back at him. She says something, but you can't make it out as you see that happening.
Kiva's gonna attempt to untie him.
All right. Kiva walks to the back, and Kiva, you begin to try to untie these knots, but every time you grab the end of the knot to try and pull, your finger actually just slips right off the rope as if it's covered in oil. Every time you grab it, it slips out, and you look at your hand as if you're expecting oil on there, but there's nothing. You can't seem to even pull the knot loose. You can't even seem to grab the rope to pull it loose.
Can I tell there's some kind of magical effect at work here?
Yeah, I would say probably. This seems very abnormal, and as you're struggling with it, Draze, you are very much acutely aware that Kiva is struggling to untie this.
Oh, I say nothing.
Did someone cast a spell on this rope?
Twitch shrugs.
I think Basil's going to do it.
No one says anything.
If she brings it up, I will say something and be like, but I'm not undoing it because that's going to be a waste of the spell.
Well, he needs to be able to eat.
And I send Kelton over there to feed him.
Excellent.
Love it. Okay, yeah.
Okay, I guess that'll work.
Yeah, it works for about 10 seconds before Kelton is basically force-feeding him a little too fast.
I tell him to slow down. I mentally tell Kelton to slow down for a five more second interval.
Okay. Like he starts, oh god, this is real, this is really good. Basically what happens.
So I tell him to give him a 15-second interval.
Okay. All right, so more than enough. You guys are all able to eat your food in peace. There's not a whole lot of coughing or spewing from the captive here. Martisha even joins you. And as you guys are eating, Martisha looks over all of you. So what brought you all up here to save us once again? Was it just fluke happenstance? Oh, and at that point, the Neverwinter Guard speaks up and says, well, I was sent here from Leland. I imagine they were as well. And then looking back at you all.
Yeah, we were sent in part to find apparently what happened to you, but also to continue on to Neverwinter for another task.
Oh, interesting. What are you all doing in Neverwinter?
Well, we're supposed to be recruiting more guards if we can.
I'm talking to Lord Never himself. I don't know how we're going to do that.
Oh.
I mean, we should be able to just walk up and find him, shouldn't we?
Well,
yeah, wait, hold up.
Yeah, Kiva doesn't know that.
Kiva says that.
Yeah.
Kiva says that.
Martisha even is going to be like, not really, no. No, that's not really how he works. He doesn't even usually run the city very much. He's mainly just over it to oversee, to make sure things go smoothly.
Jin snorts at that point.
So, he's not there to be found?
He's a figurehead.
He's around.
Yeah, he's there.
Okay. We have a few things we need to catch you up on. Maybe later.
Cray just all of a sudden blurts out, "He doesn't do anything!"
I like her.
If you're looking for who you need to talk to, you need to talk to Sabine. Sabine basically runs the city. Her and Simon Galt. Between the two of them, they basically run the city. Lord Neverember just makes sure that they're doing their job.
Okay, so who makes the decisions then if he's overseeing them but they run things?
Well, I mean, I would assume that they pretty much make the decisions. And he just has to sign off on them. So, likely if you can convince them, they'll convince him.
Alright, do we just walk up to them?
Okay.
Then? Because Luskin, you don't just go up and talk to any of the high captains. Paperwork.
I'm gonna give Twitch a moment here. Twitch, do you speak up to any of this?
Yeah, Twitch would say, you guys are overthinking this. We'll be able to figure it out when the time comes. We have our ways of getting
in. Squirt, you hear Squirt chuckle, and she just taps her greatsword.
No, not with that, although they will be impressed.
Part of me seems to recall most of the times when we wing clans, things go horribly wrong.
That's true.
Oh, we're not gonna wing it. I have a plan. Taps my nose.
Care to share with the rest of us?
Sabine's a longtime friend.
Wait, you know Sabine?
Let me go back to my notes so I don't misquote something here.
Okay, yeah.
I'm pretty sure I know her for a good long while. Alright, where to put that?
Yeah.
By
So-
the way,
Go ahead, while she's looking at notes.
Go ahead.
If you're a friend of hers, like, are we talking very personal friend or just that makes a difference?
Wait, say that again. For some reason you're breaking up for me.
Yeah, it broke up for me too. I didn't catch all of that.
I hate this.
Jen basically asked if you're social friends or closer friends.
Yes.
That was so helpful.
Kiva looks thoroughly confused at that response.
Also, remind me, I want to talk to you after dinner. Before you wander off.
Who?
Twitch.
Oh, okay.
What'd you say?
Jen wants to talk to Twitch after dinner.
Okay, yeah. I think all of us need to talk as a group as well. But yeah, if you want to talk, we can do that.
Okay. I just don't want to miss anything before we all start heading to bed or doing different things. So.
I think it sounds like we need to work on our approach of how we're going to enter this city. And I want something a little special that you guys need to be aware of, but not necessarily involved in. Just, things will be a little different when we're in the city. So my notes don't say exactly how long I've known Sabine, but I would say 2 decades, as long as Sabine's been in the city that long.
Okay, so it would be, you would know her for at most a decade.
1 decade? Okay.
Yeah.
As long as she's been in the city, I guess is what it sounds like.
Yeah. Well, she's been in the city longer, but she came just after your last visit. Or you would have not met her on 15 years ago, or whatever.
So, I met her on my second to last visit?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, any other questions right now while we're in front of all this public current situation?
Yeah, you guys look over and see Cray, who's got both of her elbows up on the table, just like looking at you guys, just like watching all of this. And then Marticia's over here with her arms crossed, just just giving like these.
What are we doing with him for tonight? What's your name, by the way?
Corporal.
Dead man.
Twitch? It just like gives Twitch a glare.
Really?
I mean, she's not wrong.
Wood dragon.
Well, that's so interesting. So how did you meet Sabine?
Who's asking?
Cray.
Right.
Okay. The apprentice. I would just tell Cray, being an adventurer is a very exciting business. When you're done with your apprenticeship, you might want to look into it. Meet all kinds.
I will definitely keep that in mind. I still have quite a few more years, though, before I'm done.
Yeah, taking the slow route.
Wait, there's a faster way?
What?
There's a faster way?
Oh no.
No!
Yes, let's correct her now.
Well, why did you say that if there's not?
There is one, but you don't want to do it. Because it's
Yeah,
not
and it comes with a lot of really bad strings attached.
I mean, if you say so, but I would love to be done with my apprenticeship.
I mean, maybe you'll find a really nice thing.
Yeah.
Well, if I were you, I would stick with it. You're already really good with that mending spell. I've never seen anyone as fast with that spell as you are.
That's what my
so
master
whatever your
said.
master is doing it's working.
Well, no, that's what my master said. He had never seen it either. That's actually the reason he took me in.
Oh, cool.
Got a bright future ahead of you, kid.
You all see her make one more glance toward Lynn, and then she looks back at the lot of you. Well, anyway, I know we got sidetracked about the town, but yeah, you'll have to go through the protectorate up to the inner city gates and have to speak to probably the new guard captain just below Sabine. His name is what was his name? It was something dumb. I totally thought it was made up too. Rightly Pendergast.
Why does that name sound familiar?
Oh, you've met him before.
Was that the dude that was coming through the town?
That's the dude that you gave the note to tell Lord Neverember that you saved Fandolin.
Which dude?
Apparently he got a promotion.
Oh.
When you guys saved Fandolin from the lot of 12 orcs earlier on. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that guy.
That guy. Yeah.
Jen is about to get like a Grinch-looking grin. You know the one where it just curls up?
Yep. I'm just like...
Kiva looks like thoughtful when that name is brought up, and it's like, wait, have we met him?
Can I do like a history check or something to remember?
Oh, you remember. This guy is not hard to forget.
I think Twitch would say something like, yeah, he was the coward that ran away when the orcs were invading.
Yeah, he hid in the inn with him and his 5 other guards while you guys killed them.
Right, okay. He's the new captain?
Yeah.
Oh,
Why?
boy.
You guys know him?
Yeah, he ran like a coward, and I'm guessing he took credit for our work. So who's down with running someone's life and career? I don't think he's gonna try shit.
Blackmail.
What's clackmail? I don't know what that word is.
Oh, it's a special adventurer word.
Oh, okay. You see just this frown over Marticia's face. Oh.
But no, he's not. He's not a great person. We've met him personally, and he's kind of that.
Yes, well, I imagine that's how these cultists started too, with small slights of other people.
People just don't know how to quit when they're ahead, do they?
No, Jenny.
No, it would seem we don't.
At this point... go ahead.
I'm gonna step outside for some air. I'll be back shortly.
All right. Kiva, as you walk outside, you all would hear the winding door, or the flapping doors from the kitchen open up, and you hear Korga's voice. So, the food any good? I hope I did it justice this time.
Is it good?
It's delicious. Just like everything else you've had, it's amazing.
Terrific.
Good.
You've outdone yourself again.
He's just like brimming, just smiled wide with his big tusks in between his mouth just sticking out. Thank you. That is very good to hear.
What would it cost to hire you on as our traveling chef?
Marticia whips her head. Marticia whips her head to the right and looks directly at you, Twitch. He's not for sale. Well, I mean, for the right price.
Be quiet.
Is he a...
No. She meant more of like
For hire.
Yeah, not for hire, not for sale, not for hire. I used the wrong word.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're about to bring up a moral issue.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Not he's not for hire. Sorry, that's what she would have said. Not for sale. We don't do slavery here yet.
Oh my god. Later in this campaign.
Yeah, right. So yeah, she whips over to you, Twitch, and she says, "He's not for hire." And then he responds with, "Well, what are we talking about here?"
Well, not to offend anyone in the room, but just make sure you're getting what you're worth.
I mean, I feel like I make plenty of money here.
Stop it.
Ooh.
Go Twitch, go Twitch, go Twitch.
Well, they're admirable. Anyone would be very lucky to have him. And if he wasn't happy with his current situation or wanted something more exciting, you know, he's worth floating that option by. We need to know his options.
Kiva's outside.
Yeah.
Doesn't hear any of this.
Nope, she does not.
Xander is definitely not there.
I mean, I'm listening. What kind of currency are we talking about? Korga, come on now. I've treated you well. I've paid you
Stop it,
more than
Twitch.
enough.
Twitch, stop it.
I mean, Twitch isn't doing anything.
Here she is.
She just made a casual business
she's
offer.
she's negotiating.
Bad lady.
We cannot.
That's reasonable in this world.
And if you can get a square meal every night, that's amazing. Nothing beats good nutrition.
I will say, to be fair, that would be someone we're having to protect to not.
To be fair, what?
That would be it. Someone, yeah. Go.
Someone to protect, so they don't die.
Yeah.
I think he's better as a stationary person that we come by every now and then.
Yeah, I mean, would probably ask if he has any fighting skills.
Gabe is right.
Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm typing. I missed that. Sorry.
It was brought up that in order to join our party, even as a paid personal chef, you would need to have some fighting skills to not be a liability.
Well, I can't say I don't know how to fight, but I will say that I have chosen not to fight. So you will not find me of much help in any fighting situation. And to be perfectly honest, I really feel like that life is very much behind me.
But what about for protecting yourself? Would you defend yourself?
Well, of course, who wouldn't?
Well, then that's all we needed to know on that aspect. We wouldn't ask you to fight. We would just ask you to protect yourself.
Korga, are you sure you want to even entertain this? I know you gave that up a long time ago, and putting yourself in that position is not going to probably end well for you. Yes, well, you know, sometimes if the money's right. Speaking of money, how much are we talking about? Because that makes a very big difference here.
Okay, so Twitch being in this world, would she know how much people are like paid on a weekly basis or a monthly basis?
No. Not.
Seriously?
Yeah, not really. Because everyone is paid differently depending on their life situation and where they got to and how they got to it. And unless you know like his full backstory. I mean, typically people who work in taverns don't get paid a whole lot. I mean, that's just a rule of thumb. People who work in taverns generally don't get paid a lot. Twitch would know that. You wouldn't know exactly how much because every tavern is different. Every business venture that you've spoken with, you've learned a bit of information about how people have been paid, but it's not very much information.
I mean, okay, so Twitch would float the idea of, what would 1 gold a month do for you.
Oh, okay. This is a gag. You had me going. I thought you were serious. All right. It was good. And he starts walking back to the kitchen.
Oh well, Twitch will shrug. It clearly wasn't worth pursuing.
Out of character, is that too much or too little?
Way too little. Way too little.
Oh, okay.
He's making like a
goal. I would have known that though. That's why I'm annoyed. Because like, as a player, I have no idea.
I mean, they don't. So even knowing what you would know, anything that you would have offered would have been too low. He makes about $1 a day.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, we discussed this when we talked about hiring guards.
Yep.
Well, they were $1 a month, weren't they?
No,
it's like 15,000 gold for 500 guards. That's 30 gold a head, roughly.
Yeah.
For a year, right?
Well, it was for a temporary use. It wasn't even for a set time.
Yeah.
Yeah, money's a little fickle in the world of Faerun. A lot of places have money certain ways, and then when you go to other places, they're not the same. So, larger cities tend to spend more money on things. Smaller places generally don't spend as much money on those things because they can't afford it. So, unless you offer him anything different, he continues walking into the kitchen. And he's still like chuckling to himself. 1 gold a month. That was good. And he walks back into the kitchen. Well, now that that's over and you're not trying to poach a prized chef, feel free to stay the night still. I don't harbor any ill will. And she like glares at you, Twitch, to most of you.
Which would say, come on now. His cooking is amazing, and it was worth the offer. You would do the same in my shoes.
That's fair. That's how I got him. So I don't necessarily offer you any ill will. It's just, kind of my livelihood.
Yeah, well, it's business. Nothing personal.
Twitch the capitalist.
Twitch the what? I don't really have a hard time.
Capitalist. She called you a capitalist.
Yes.
No shame.
Yes. Sorry, my mic is not great tonight.
I just turned you out more, so hopefully it won't continue to be an issue.
Yeah.
Alright, are we done eating?
Yeah, I mean, by this time you guys are definitely done eating. And anything you want to do for the evening, just let me know what you guys want to do, and we'll kind of cut scene to the morning.
Well, Jin wants to talk to Twitch.
Okay.
Yeah, we have more to do. It's just we're
Right.
not going to be around the audience.
That's fine.
Alright, should we go to our room?
Well,
Upstairs?
yeah. Let me just throw it in there so we don't have to figure this out from later on. From pretty much the time that we finish eating to the time I go to bed, I want to be reading my book.
Okay, that's fair. So we'll say probably 9 to midnight if you guys leave at 8 the next morning. If you guys want to leave earlier, let's say 11. So we'll say 3 hours. You get a solid 3 hours of reading, Trace.
Okay.
Trace isn't going to participate in the discussion of where we go next.
I mean, I might follow y'all into the room, but my main focus will be in the with my book.
Okay.
So I'll be there.
Okay, gotcha. As far as the prisoner goes, I'll ask if there's a storeroom where we can keep him locked up for the night.
Storeroom, no, but there are stables. And she just gives a sly grin. Unfortunately, I haven't mucked any of them out, though.
Who has prestidigitation?
Me.
I have it, Cray says as well.
Oh, perfect. We can ask the child. She likes helping.
I am not a child. She looks very offended.
Don't do that.
I've been wondering about that.
You keep describing her as a child.
She looks like a child. She very much looks like a child. In fact, in a gnome, let me see if I can have this. Oh, where is the? Hold on. Let me get the image.
It's very possible she's older than most of the party.
She looks very much like this, but with a gnome face. So a little pointier ears and a little chubbier face. But very much she looks like that.
Well, after spending so much time around Squirt, would we guess?
Yeah, Twitch and Squirt would actually both have a rough idea of her age, because you would know that race's age and how they age. Everyone else in the party, she would look like a child. Squirt and Twitch, you would know she's roughly around 100 years old.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like I said, probably older than most of the party.
Compared to Twitch and Squirt, a child.
Correct. She's still a child to the two of you.
I think I'll keep my statement.
Okay. She still says that and like looks around. I am not a child, and like slams her hand down on the floor. I'm probably older than every single person at this table. Well, maybe not you. And she points at you, Twitch.
Yeah.
Twitch, before we get in the group meeting, I have a word with you.
I'm gonna have to turn Jen up here too. Say that one more time.
Jeez.
You're fine. I turned you all the way up. You're good.
Cool. Before we have the group meeting, can I just have a word with you?
Sure.
Alright. Kenna's going to just like look for the closest side room or something there.
Yeah, you guys would know where to go. Just there's rooms upstairs. You can get to the common rooms that have the 3 beds from the outside the stables, and the ones that have the 1 beds you can get from inside in the common room where you guys are currently at.
So while Jen's taking Twitch away, are the rest of you guys figuring out what to do with the prisoner?
Yes.
Nope.
Nope. No. Okay.
He's outside.
Right. Kiva is outside, which reminds me I gotta look at what you sent me.
Yep.
Okay, well then I guess we would say, hang on, yes, we can talk, but let me finish with this situation first, and oversee montage of child cleaning stables with prestidigitation.
Yeah.
Place to tie him up, etc., etc. Making sure he isn't gonna get out.
I'll tell Kelton to hold on to the bindings, and if he does anything, if he tries to escape, then to like hurt him.
But not kill.
Yeah, just hurt. Break a leg if you have to.
Broken leg sounds great. Actually.
Okay.
Maybe we
All
should
right.
preemptively break a leg.
Yeah. Dre's, you tell him to salute at you, and he does. He follows your directions. Kiva, you step outside, and yes, that hole still needs to be filled.
Okay, she is gonna work on filling that in.
Okay, as a badger,
While she's
wild shape.
outside.
Okay, that's fair.
Yep.
Okay. I would say that you guys got another short rest. So Jen and Twitch, where do you guys head?
Whatever room I think we're gonna. Is there like common space upstairs?
Yeah. So if you go into the common room upstairs, you'd have to get to it through the stable side. So up here, where you guys can have this conversation.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So yeah, you cut to the montage of Elin and Cray prestidigitating the poop out of the stalls, so that what's his face, Corball can spend the night in a stall. Squirt is enjoying a lively conversation with Marticia as Draze is just chilling, reading the book while this is happening for a moment.
Okay. So we go in the room?
And as we enter and close the door, Jin will just be like, I know you weren't going to say earlier when we had about my sister, but we're getting closer to Neverwinter, and I would really like to know what you were told with her situation and the wanted notice. I want to know what I'm walking into.
So, you remember how... I don't know if Twitch has told the party, but I'll tell you. When I met with the guy in Leland, who is at the Shrine of Timora, correct me if I'm wrong there, but I'm pretty sure that's where he was. He is making some unusual potions and said that he would pay a pretty price for something called Dragon Tail, which I've never heard of before. But apparently your sister is familiar with it.
So for clarity, he's looking for a Dragon Tail ingredient, not the drug.
That is not what my notes say.
That's why I'm.
That he wants the dragon. He wanted the Dragon Tail plant.
Correct. That is the ingredient. He wants the plant, not the drug. That.
Well.
Okay.
The information that Twitch has doesn't clarify any of this.
Oh, okay. Well, then I apologize. Continue on. Never mind.
Okay.
Sorry.
So your sister apparently is intimately familiar with Dragon Tail as well, because she is wanted for smuggling narcotics into Neverwinter, specifically the narcotic called Dragon Tail. I want to look at Jen and see if, like, is there any recognition?
Jen, roll me a history check.
Okay, I feel like I would know if my sister was smuggling drugs while we were together. Where is this? There we go.
You remember as a child, the two of you growing up, kind of on the streets, learning tricks of the trade. And as you were growing up, you remember hearing a story about a drug that had been produced and then it almost immediately banned, called Dragon Tail, that had certain pleasant side effects, but also a lot of downsides, which is why it was banned. Yeah, so you're familiar with this drug, but it's definitely been banned. Specifically in Neverwinter is where you would have heard this. Or I'm sorry, Luskan, not Neverwinter. Ignore that. Growing up in Luskan, you would have heard this drug. Is where it apparently originated from. Is in Luskan.
I've heard of it. Supposedly it was made in Luskan. But as far as I know, my sister wasn't involved in drug dealing or smuggling, at least when we were running around.
Is there any reason why she would be involved in it now?
Can I think of any reason?
Jin. Yeah. As the two of you were growing up, it would have been something that she'd have brought up as like a quick scheme to make money to sell fake Dragon Tail, so that if you all were caught, it couldn't be proven that it was real Dragon Tail, and you guys would be out on like a minor infraction rather than a federal offense sort of deal.
It was brought up when we were kids to pretend to sell the fake variety But as far as I know, she never had intentions of doing the real thing.
Or the means.
Or the means.
Well, maybe since the timeline has changed, things have changed with your sister. I have it on very good authority that she is wanted for these crimes. Do you want to tell the party so we can try and clear your sister's name?
Sure. I don't know what else to do about it. Is there anything else that's been going on that you've heard of? And who did you find that out from?
A contact within the Harper's group. Actually, someone that I met in Phandalin who is now located over in Neverwinter. I have a feeling Jen would be able to put that together.
Probably. Oh. Joy. The Harpers are involved.
More than just the Harpers, but yes. I get the impression they're the ones looking for her the hardest right now.
Why her in particular? She can't be the only one. Drugs.
Maybe when I go to talk to my contact, you'd like to come with me?
Might get some more information. Let's go get the others and have the group talk. And then I think I'm going to bed. And Jen will start down towards where the group is.
Yeah, let's go get them.
Okay. You guys head back and go to get them, and you find Dre's kind of reading his book as you come down. Alin and Cray, the two of you working together. She's actually pretty quick with prestidigitation as well. Not quite as fast as with mending. Like, it's not that fast. Alin, you were definitely still faster than her with mending, and she kind of like looks over at you, and she pauses for a moment as you guys are doing cleaning, and then like continues cleaning, and then she comes back, Alin, when you are in one of the stalls cleaning up, and you hear a small voice. So what did you mean by short path?
You don't want to know, and I'm not going to tell you.
No, I
shouldn't have mentioned it.
I do want to know. If there's a shorter way, I would really like to be done with this.
It isn't really. It isn't really.
But then why would you say it?
I shouldn't have said it. It was a slip up.
So there is a way. Her eyes brighten again.
Not to be a wizard.
Just tell me.
Not
Well,
to be what you want to be.
Okay, so then what are you then?
Well, I'm a warlock.
Well, what does that mean?
Listen, kid.
And I would say Twitch and Jen, the two of you come down as this is happening. Say that again, Alin?
Alin is like flicking his eyes frantically towards him, like, help me, help me, help me.
Unless you want to spend an eternity fucked over, it is not a path you want to go down.
What? That is very confusing. I wish you guys would just tell me so I can make the decision for myself. People always treat me like a child, but I am not a child.
Listen,
I am not a child.
Call of evil things.
This is what? Say that again?
Do you like being at the beck and call of evil things?
No? Maybe? I don't know.
I guarantee it's not the path for you.
Well, it doesn't sound like I'm getting the answer either way, so once again, I don't get to make any decisions.
Ask your master about it.
Oh, I will, don't you worry.
Don't tell him where you heard it either. It's not a secret.
Fine. And she goes back to cleaning angrily the stalls. You guys managed to finish cleaning these stalls in a pretty quick amount of time. Jin and Twitch, you walk into the room, and about 2 or 3 minutes later, maybe, Alin and McCrae, or Cray, not McCrae, Cray walks back in as well. The two of you were able to, I'm just going to simplify things. The prisoner is put in the stall and he can't get out.
Cool.
Moving on. As you come back inside, you see that Kiva is still not inside yet, question mark?
I was waiting to see if there was any response to what I sent you.
Okay, so let me double check that because I'm doing a couple different things here. Okay, so Kiva, even though there's a very small amount of clouds in the sky, off in the distance, you hear the sound, what sounds at first like low rumbly thunder, just like a throughout the sky, and then you feel like you catch a faint voice on the air almost. Non-believers will be punished.
Non-believers.
Was someone's pussy?
Whatever you said seems to not have gone over well.
Okay.
And as you turn to leave, you kind of get the sensation that someone's watching you, and as you turn around, the few small clouds that are in the sky have seemed to coalesce into what almost looks like a face as you walk back inside.
Yeah, Gabe, I was about to tell you, the cat's coming through really clearly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway. Yeah. There's no response.
Okay.
All right. Do you come back in at that time?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, you as you guys are heading back in, and Alin and Cray, as the two of you head back in, Kiva, I'm gonna say probably heads in through the main door now, question mark, and not through the window.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, you amend that too?
Yeah. Yep.
Definitely re-break it just to go through that.
And actually, you guys, I'm going to just save some time here. As you would have gone through and looked, you would have noticed that all the windows and doors would have had runes on them that have that have faded as over time as you guys have been here.
Okay. Explosive runes.
Uh-huh. Yep.
So it wouldn't have mattered what entrance we tried to use.
Well, out of game it would have, but you guys chose the right entrance for the explosion.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, everyone's back in the room. The prisoner is locked away, and you guys are free to talk again. Marticia's started cleaning up, finished cleaning up, and she just kind of like, all right, well, I'm headed to bed. I'm going into the room that is straight down the hall up the stairs, so, don't go into that room. I'm gonna be there. And Korga's actually already left at this point. He's headed back to his house.
Okay.
So the lot of you, including Cray, are sitting around this table, about to have a conversation.
So,
Could you wait for us? Just outside?
I guess. I'll just go back up.
Kiva gives Jen a look, like, really?
I just want to have a conversation and something coming up that's slightly personal.
I mean, she can go upstairs or something, then she doesn't have to go outside.
Well, that's fine. Just out of the room.
That's fine. I'll just go up to my room. It's fine.
Why don't we go up to our room?
Or we could do that. It's just, I want to say something that I'd prefer to stay in the party.
She's gone.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Can I just say we're great people?
Jen normally, when he wants.
This is why I usually create my own people.
That, not gonna lie, that's part of the issue, Trace.
I know Kiva has to drop here so real quick. So let's touch high points so that Kiva can kind of give an idea of how she's going to respond, and then Kiva can drop and we can finish.
Alright, Ben's gonna bring up the sister situation.
Okay. So her sister Elsa. What else?
What specifically does she bring up about Elsa?
The drug dealing, wanted situation.
Okay, cool. So we're looking for your sister, who is probably also wanted by the law. Cool.
Yes.
All right.
I mean, it was bound to happen. It was bound to happen. If we were parents. Although I didn't expect her to get into the hard drug deal situation. But
Okay.
it happens, apparently.
All right, noted. What else?
Or at least not direct.
Anything else?
Yeah, we talked briefly about disguises, but Twitch is gonna give you the rundown on her disguise. So basically, when we get into town, after we talk to the people running the town, she's gonna take on a disguise that she's used in Neverwinter several times before. Redhead, half elf, goes by the name Miriam Troubleshoot, and she's a wine merchant, like a wholesaler for wine. So that'll give us access to lots of taverns and bars and things.
Okay.
Nice.
And that's all you guys would know about that.
Okay. Anyone else?
How are we meeting these leaders?
Oh, well, when you get to town, you tell them you have business to discuss with the leader, and the guards at the gates will handle it. And we know that other guy, that useless one that's lying to everyone.
Well, to be clear, I had to type that quickly. That's for the front gates, just to get into the city.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure the guards would have someone to escort us.
Well, Twitch, you know for a fact that they wouldn't. So unless you're saying that, knowing that.
Why would they just accept any lie that's told to them?
Because they're guards out front asking what your business is in the city.
Okay, well, to the guards at the front gate, you can lie and say whatever you want. But once we get into the city, we'll make sure that those who need to know that we're there to see Lord Neverember. Do you guys have any idea where you'd want to stay once you're in Neverwinter?
I mean, I could just call up a storm in the middle of a courtyard and get some attention that way.
10 of 10 people person. Oh man.
I mean, I've been to a few places staying while the ships are at dock, but I'm not sure if those are places you want to stay.
Do we want to stay together, or do we want to stay in separate places?
So it sounds like we have two objectives. One, we need to meet with Neverember and discuss terms for hiring guards for Leland. Two, we're gonna look for Jen's sister.
And I do have some contacts in the city myself that may have information on that end.
Okay.
And a third objective would be finding... So, Kiva, I don't know how much you remember about your time in Neverwinter. It might have been a while since you've been there, but given your issues, we're not really sure. Do you remember the last time you were in Neverwinter?
I've been to Neverwinter before. You see a thoroughly confused look on her face.
Well, that's what I was afraid of. I'm pretty sure, like over 90% positive, that that's where Galen took you after kidnapping you. Because that's where I myself ended up reestablishing myself after all of that. And it's where I started the hunt for you. So while I'm in the town, I will also be looking for that treacherous bastard.
Oh.
I might have some friends who can help you with that as well.
Excellent. I might know your friends.
Are any of them a Genasi information that's tied to the underground of Neverwinter? Because that's who I'm thinking of.
Potentially. It sounds like I might have arrested your friends at some point.
Oh.
Oh boy. Okay.
Well, hopefully they're still out so they can help, or else, you owe me a drink.
We'll see.
Okay.
I can definitely get you a drink.
So Kiva gets real quiet for a bit after the mention of Galen. After a little bit, she kind of shakes her head a little bit. Okay, cool. So 3 different things in the city. Disguises. Is that going to be a good thing? Is that something we think we need to do, all of us, or?
Squirt's like, yeah.
Well, I'm definitely joking. Last time I left in a bit of a hurry.
Okay, cool. I'll think about that. I think I need to go lay down.
What does that mean, a bit of a hurry?
No comment. Nothing that should be concerned right now.
Okay, Kiva, where do you head?
To look like that.
You head up to one of the common rooms.
Hang on, let me take a look at the map real quick. Where would she go?
There's only one room left that has one bed.
Yeah, actually, she kind of wants to be alone with her thoughts for a bit right now, so yeah, she's gonna take that room.
Okay. Before you leave, roll me a wisdom saving throw.
This better not be the one. This better not be the one.
I think you're saying that for all of them.
Advantage or no advantage?
No advantage. No advantage on this one.
Okay.
This is for sleeping.
Oh my goodness!
All right.
Oh, there it is.
All right. Interesting. Okay.
What happens? Oh, for the love of God.
You'll find out eventually. I'll have a conversation.
Here.
I'll have a conversation with Kiva separately, and things will happen, and
right.
you'll have to figure things out.
Okay.
So with that, Kiva, have a good night. We will see you back next Saturday.
Sorry, I gotta bounce early.
Yep, we'll see you back next Saturday. Hey, Kiva.
Oh boy.
Yeah, hang on. I'll just message you separately.
Okay.
For 6 days, he will stress.
All right. Bye.
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 Yikes.
Fear.
Concern.
All right, so Kiva heads up to bed. She seems a little dwelled in her thoughts, as if she's almost as if she's fighting something that she's not letting on with anyone. The rest of you are able to have this conversation without Kiva. Twitch, I'm going to let you start because you have the plan for how to get in the city and disguises and stuff. What do you say to the group to start this discussion?
I've stepped away. I put it in the chat.
Okay. Oh. Animal food time. I hear that. Okay, so Twitch. Wait, you put it in the chat. I don't think you hit enter. Okay, so we'll start with someone else since Twitch stepped away. Who's saying what? Did I lose everyone?
No. I'm
No,
just
okay.
thinking.
Okay.
Oh, I'm here.
Okay, okay.
So we're gonna find me an arm.
Ooh, yeah. One that one that shoots like fireballs or something. That Squirt says from the table.
That would be cool. Well, sounds like we have a lot going on.
Yeah.
And before even all of that, we have to deal with a army of ships that might be heading towards the city. So yay!
An army
you're
of...
like really crackly right now.
Yeah, you were. It's fine. I still picked it up. Squirt's gonna be like, wait, army of ships?
The name that was mentioned earlier was from the shared hallucination thing.
But there were only two ships in that scenario, and one of them was destroyed.
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
The ship.
The ship.
Also, I'm finding it very ironic. I forgot it was made out of bones, and I posted that meme a few days ago.
Yep. All right. So Twitch is back. So Twitch, what do you say for your part?
You're gonna have to give me more context.
Just what's your plan? Just lay out the plan so that we can all RP the situation.
Plan. Where we're going next?
Yeah, what we're doing, where we're going next, what we're doing in Neverwinter, anything, all of it.
Oh, okay. Well, have we decided if we're going to go check out the bronze dragon that we were told about by the ghost? Yes or no?
I really think we should head to Neverwinter as quick as possible to head off whatever's happening.
Not even.
I think we can check all of that on the way back. It sounds like we might be under.
Useful though for us to trade in Neverwinter.
Then we could go back to Neverwinter again, but there's a ship heading towards the city, full of cultists, and made out of bone.
Wait. Huh?
The ship was made out of bones. That is very ominous. I do not think we should wait.
Does Twitch know what Jen's talking about? Because as a player.
Yes, I think so.
I think Jen told the party after the whole deal.
Yeah, I think the only thing Jen has confused here is the ship. You have no idea where it's headed.
Didn't we see it heading towards the city?
Nope, not at all.
In the vision?
Nope, not at all. It was a battle at sea.
We assumed it was Midland at the time. Oh,
I thought for sure we saw it heading somewhere.
Nope, it was a battle. No, it was a battle at sea between two ships. One made of bones, the other one not. Bones and black sails, and the bone ship destroyed the other one, and then yeah, that was really it.
Jen is going to let's edit what Jen said.
Okay. Okay.
Well, it sounds very ominous, and everything else we've dealt with this cult has been not great. I think it might be a good idea to wait and come back.
Okay, so that's what Jen wants to do. How does everyone else feel?
I mean, I kind of want to see the rest of the Dragon Burrow. We said we were gonna do that.
And it's on the way.
It is on the way.
Okay, so it sounds like squirts for that. Drace, Olin?
I mean, it sounds fine to me.
Which one?
I'm down.
Which one?
For which one? Both of you. Which one?
You actually did catch me on the time I was not paying attention. I'm sorry.
Headed to the city or headed to the Dragon Barrow?
I'm down for the Barrow first, since it's on the way.
Okay. Alen, what'd you ask?
I said, isn't it on the way?
Yes.
Yeah, it wouldn't be far out, too. Like, we would be less than a day.
Yeah, Alen, you would pull out your map and be able to lay that on the table.
There we go.
Yeah, wherever that's at. Here we go. So you were at 16.
And 18's not far off.
Yeah. It would still take you an extra, like, half a day to make it. Maybe a little further than a half a day to make it out there. But it is on the way.
And given the name and what we ran in there previously, it would definitely have some cool shit to trade in Neverwinter. Definitely. Okay, so we've got.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down for going for it, just because you know what we may or may not find. If we find nothing, it's still like, if nothing else, we can honor Einar's first death place.
Yes. And so, Twitch will also vote for going to Dragon Barrow since it's not out of the way. I agree that going to actually visit the dragon would definitely delay us further, but stopping by to look at an area where we've already killed everything present, it's just
That we know of.
collecting all the free stuff at this point. Reading
Alright
his
then.
expression as I say this.
Jen is
Who
just
knows what could have
freaking-
taken
Right.
taken up residence after we left.
Exactly. Okay.
I'm kind of
Go there next.
excited to go. Like, I'll even say it aloud. I'm kind of excited to go to Nomergard or whatever the place is called after we head back.
Neverguard. I like Drace is now being a robot. What'd you say one more time, Drace?
I forget if that's the name of it or not.
Yeah, Nomengard, the one that's.
Oh,
dug himself
Nomengard.
in the cave.
Yeah.
Nomergard, okay. I said the name of the World of Warcraft gnome place, Nomergard.
Nomengard.
Alright, well. So it sounds like majority wants to go there first, so. Stop by, it might provide some shelter for overnight. I don't know. How many days left do we have before we'll reach winter?
Which you'd probably be a little more familiar since you've been there a couple times. But you guys are looking at the map. Based on the map, it looks like it'd take you probably a good 2 days to get to
We're
Neverwinter.
stopping at 18 first.
Without stopping at 18. So like 3 days if you're stopping at 18.
Okay. Worth it.
Well, if we like make it towards Sapphire Grove, maybe they can show us a faster way. But if not, that's understandable. Like after we go to the Dragon Burrow, and then on the way to Neverwinter, maybe if we're able to meet up with our buddies there, maybe they can show us a faster way. If not, then you know the path.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
If nothing else, we can touch base with them.
It would be good to see old. What's his name? Sapphire?
Sapphire.
Yeah. Sapphire, I remember. I couldn't remember the centaur's name.
Xanth.
Xanth. Yeah.
X-A-N-T-H. Yep.
Sapphire.
Okay.
Audio's going crazy.
And then once we get to Neverwinter, we ran through what our 3 objectives are. Yeah.
And find me an arm. Is that part of the 3?
Sure.
An arm would be good.
How expensive are arms these days?
Depends on.
Not a clue.
Oh, that reminds me. Damn, everyone needs to take their gold.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Everyone take 2,000 gold.
Oh,
I
wow.
think
Wow.
That's a lot.
How many did we have total?
Huh?
12,000?
Yeah, it was 12,000 total.
That's
I can get me a nice bit arm.
that's many.
I am thinking of looking for. Have you heard of the armor that changes its look based on a looking spell? Keep an eye out for that. I'm looking for it. Don't remember what it's called in character.
Oh, yeah. What spell are you talking about?
Jin's looking for damage-studded leather armor.
Okay.
Until I get that sweet medium armor proficiency, might be useful.
You hear all of a sudden from Squirt just the well, I'm off to bed. And Squirt kind of like kicks her feet back down to the floor and kind of scrapes the sword a little bit on the floor, but like she goes up to the big common room and heads to bed.
Well, that sounds like a good idea to me.
Yep. That'd probably be best as I look at my like how tired. I don't know if I. Is there any indicator in the game of spell slots? Like, how does a character know?
I mean, you would just have an innate sense of what you're mentally and physically able to cast, and you would know when you're completely drained. That's more in line with how your character would know. It's not necessarily you have slots and you like pull slots out and you're like, this looks good. You just innately know what you're capable of doing.
I'll sit there and be like, mentally, it's like, I am mentally tired of this day. I'm done, and like I just go to find wherever I go to sleep, and I'm crashing. Like I keep forgetting how old he is. He's 64. He's a crotchety old man. He's like, good night. I am going to bed.
Oh man. Yep. So you guys all head to bed. Twitch, you have an extra 4 hours if you'd like to do something. Jin, I would give you an extra hour or two if you wanted to practice before you went to bed. Okay.
I need to power through my identity. So how many days am I at, or hours do I get?
You would get an additional 2 hours. 6 hours tonight.
Okay, but is that really what it's asking?
It's a total.
Like, work on it for 7 days, but it doesn't mean literally 7 times 24, right?
Technically yes, but no, not really. It's not like, I don't really think that it's like 180 hours or something ridiculous. No. So it's seven. I'm gonna say like 7 consecutive days of at least 4 hours, just working on that.
All right. So
or 7 days in general of at least 4 hours.
Okay. I'm gonna say I'm at 5 days right now.
Yeah. Plus, you already have prior workings with this disguise.
Well, yes, but we talked about, like, just to keep it fair.
Right.
I don't really see the advantage of that.
Right. Well, I just like to play that kind of a little bit up as well. So yeah, you guys are all doing that. Alin, do you do anything before bed, or are you just like zonk tired?
Well, I don't know what I've done the past day, so probably.
Yeah, you're pretty tired. I think you have maybe one spell slot left.
Oh.
Yeah, you're pretty tired
I
yourself.
take damage. Yeah, let's take a rest.
Okay. All right. So yeah, everyone gets a long rest, so you all recover all the slots and everything. I'm gonna go ahead and do that for Kiva and Squirt, and I think we're just gonna kind of end it here for the night because we're missing 2 people, and I don't want you guys to get too far ahead. Because I still feel like
10 minutes till.
Yeah, right, and it's still only 10 minutes till, so we'll do a little shorter session tonight, and then next week, maybe we can go a little over and hopefully kind of catch up a little bit.
I posted a link to my creature in the chat. Can you check it out?
Excellent.
It's that dragon-killing weasel I mentioned earlier.
Nice. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and say good night, and it was fun.
This seemed